story timers, and you time behind the camera, and we're gonna do as we did last time. So, since I just recently posted the video and saw that you, at least one of you, don't know who it is, thinks that I wrote the book, I'm gonna have to try and make it more convincing. So, I talked to the author when this happened, and they said that your choice was a little bit hasty, and you should have thought it through before picking that it was I who wrote the book. Because really, the author wants you to know that they might have had some sort of belonging to the book. And that the reason they keep sending it to me with AI-generated photos is because they can't draw. The author is a bad drawer, and they haven't hired anyone to draw for them, so AI was the best option. Now I will read chapter 1, and you will figure out if this book was made by them or me. Let's get on with the video. So I've got my laptop open to chapter 1. We're going to do as we did last time. You will not be able to see the words, but I will be able to see the words. And you will be able to listen to it though. I will read through the whole entire chapter, and you will figure out, did I write the book or did they write the book? You know the drill. Prepare yourselves, and let's begin. Chapter 1, 20 years later. Collins grew up in the princess's court and loved the nature from the moment he could walk. Lord Grey was interested in the boy's welfare, and after telling the princess Collins's name, she agreed that the boy should never go back to his original parents. The princess planned to knight the boy when he came of age, and this is probably what made the esteemed and stately lord so stiff and steel-hearted. He from then onwards decided to loathe the boy in secret, only loving him in front of others' presences. Collins figured his brother out soon enough, but his brother only thought of him as an arrogant idiot and grew to loathe him as well, and now at the age of 20, the princess decided that Collins was ready to be knighted. She was now 30 and queen. Her uncle was now 45 and still limped every now and again when his ribs reminded him of the moment he had met Collins 20 years ago. Tyler was finally a count, and one day in June, he tried his brother to a duel. Still 20, Collins was a reckless boy with blonde hair and a sturdy build, fit for swordsmanship and dueling of any kind. As the page boy suited Sir Collins up, they talked together. The page was 10. "I need you to watch me carefully, Nicholas." He was the son of Nick, the queen's servant. Don't want me to get wounded in battle. My brother, the count, is a feisty young man, being 25 after all. I don't want to get wounded." Nicholas nodded as he fitted on his master's chest plate with relish and pride in his heart. Nicholas wanted Sir Collins to be proud of him, and as they were somewhat friends, Nicholas wanted to prove his loyalty. Now fully fitted, Collins grinned as he collected his sword, a thing of beauty encrusted with rare jewels, and the silver just polished recently by Nicholas, who did most of the things around the palace without a murmur. He was born into this palace after all. Collins put on his helmet and walked out onto the palace courtyard. His brother, Count Tyler, still a young man of 25, with the same blonde hair, glasses, and books, never leaving his side. Until now, though, when he traded his books for a plain steel sword, and his uniform cloak and suit of light brown for armor that gleamed threateningly in the sky's bright overture. Nicholas looked apprehensively from face to face as Tyler put his helmet on his head. Tyler never liked or loved Collins, having been enrolled in a proper household. His mother and father were both dead, and it made his heart beat faster to think of those things. He turned his brown eyes on his cocky and proud and arrogant little brother, but would never find that out till later. Collins glared back, his fiery blue eyes blazing into the summer heat, making both men and one boy sweat. The page boy dropped a handkerchief to the ground, and the duel began. The clash of steel against steel made music to Collins' ears, and connected with the even louder sound of the scrape of boots against cobbled stone, made Collins' adrenaline pump with glee. The first blow was drawn when Tyler got Collins on the hand, and the first round was over. High on the palace balcony, the fighting attracted the queen, who alighted off her throne to watch. Sarah was a furiously gorgeous woman, with light brown hair and a beautiful pair of green eyes that matched well with her dark green gown that reached the ground flawlessly. The AI-generated picture is a picture of Sarah in her green dress, sitting in a throne, looking very haughty. Her uncle watched as well, and the look of amusement on his face made Sarah ask pleadingly, "My lord, please tell me this pleases you not. Sir Collins is already wounded." Lord Grey bowed and mumbled his memorized apology. My queen, I'm sorry if I disturbed you. It won't happen again. Her eyes flashed dangerously, but a hint of worry played on her lovely face, and she softened. Lord Grey put his hands behind his back and continued to watch the courtyard, while the palace doctor, a man with light brown hair and skin, and who was rather good-looking, wrapped up Collins's hand. The two warriors talked about family. "Sir, doctor, please a little tighter, yes, but don't go so hard on my wound. That's better. Tyler, how has the books been treating you?" Tyler had his visor down and he spat in the grass. "I don't talk to scum like you, but if you want to know, I'm having trouble with my want of collecting more books. They are scarce and costly, since I am a wealthy man sitting in his good, but I must keep my inheritance." Tyler watched as the doctor finished her Colin's hand, and the young man studied it. His hand was bleeding through the well-worked bandage, and it stung, but Collins was a good swordsman, having been taught by Queen Sarah herself. Sarah had been taught by Lord Grey, who loved the Queen ever since her parents had been killed by Collins's parents. Those two were tried, but before their sentence was mentioned, they were killed by the mob. It was a bloody death, and the ones who killed those two got upgraded from peasants to lords and ladies, but weren't blood-related to the royal family. Sir Collins's sword was also gifted him by the Queen, along with his shield. There was a queer design to the shield, where it had beautiful blue flames decorating it, and it would glow whenever Collins was close to danger and shoot blue flames when he was about to die, but that had never happened yet. The Queen confessed that the shield had belonged to her grandfather. Collins picked the shield and sword up and was about to leave when the doctor grasped Collins' arm and groveled at Collins' feet. "What is it, man? Let go of me!" The doctor ignored Collins' words and pleaded, "Please, sir, danger is stalking closer and closer to you in the form of a hooded and cloaked figure. Please do not go back into that battle, or the stars will align and you will get killed. Your hand is still bleeding, and even a heart of steel will get you killed." Collins wrenched his arm from the doctor's grasp and snarled. "Whatever, doctor," he spat. "If you wanted to save me, you would have done it. The stars aren't even out today. It's about to rain." His eyes softened and his tone lessened. "Goodbye, then." He pushed the doctor aside, and the doctor stood up with a look of fear and painful respect etched on his face. Then Collins pulled down the visor on his helmet, and Tyler did the same. The battle to the onlookers of the palace became worse as the clash of steel against steel grew louder and louder. Collins' grip on his sword loosened as the pain in his hand grew stronger, but he did not falter as he dodged under Tyler's weapon and cut the count in the arm. The blood flowed, and Tyler gasped, staggering back as the once beautiful courtyard became drenched in blood. The then beautiful cobblestone, now the bearer of bad tidings. Count Tyler's helmet came off as he hit the ground. His glasses came off and Tyler's vision blurred. As he became unconscious, he heard a scream and his brother mockingly say, "You'll never be better than me, brother. I am." He kicked Tyler's glasses aside so that Tyler could comprehend, then smashed them as Tyler knew no more. Collins, fearing for his life, fled into the forest he was in as a baby and would never be seen again by them, not us, till the near end of this book, and in a worse way than death. So what did you think? This time it seemed more convincing because we got into more of the story. In Chapter 1, boy was it interesting. What do you think's going to happen to Count Tyler? I don't know because I won't spoil it, but like I said, I've read that book before. Do you think this author is really clever? Let me know by answering to the next poll I will create. And of course, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay tuned to more awesome adventures with Anytime Storytime in her penguin notebook and laptop. Thanks for watching. Adios.